very unfortunate for another year, man. The Detroit Pistons have fallen in the draft. Again, if you're a Pistons fan, I honestly don't know how you're doing it. Like, if I was rich, I would offer to pay for some therapy at this rate, because this is this is absolutely mad. How do they keep getting absolutely toyed in the mock draft, or in the draft lotteries, I should say? Again, they've luckily enough still drafted pretty decent. You got Jaden Ivey and Asar Thompson in the last couple of years at pick 5 that have done well. Again, I still believe they're going to go out in free agency, sign a bunch of shooters. There's a bunch of rumors they're going after Tobias Harris on a big deal. Whether you agree to that or not, it is whatever. But again, with this pick, in knowing they're going to be getting a power forward in free agency and signing a bunch of shooters, and rumors that Monty Williams wants to continue to play Jaden Ivey as a six-man, especially how he did for the first half of the year, I think it's pretty obvious where I'm going to be going towards his pick. But before we get into it, please make sure you guys go and check out my official 2024 NBA mock draft lottery, which will be getting linked in the description down below. That way, if you're wondering why I didn't take a certain player with this pick, this and that, you guys can, of course, go and check that out and find out all you need to know. So links for that will be in the description down below. But I guess without further ado, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. Let's get straight into who I think the Detroit Pistons should select at pick 5. Now, with the 5th overall pick, this is the first pick I've got where it is really hard, because unfortunately, the Detroit Pistons yet again fell down in the draft, where they now have the 5th overall pick, I believe, for the 3rd year in a row. And I'm going to be honest here, in my opinion, those 4 players I just had previously drafted are the most 4 clear players in this draft. When you get to this 5th overall pick, it starts to get a lot complicated, because there are a ton of guys you could absolutely draft. And when I looked at this Pistons team, I think they've really been trying to do a couple of different things, and that's, of course, correct their guards. Again, so I figured let's go with the best guard available, and that's Robert Dillingham out of Kentucky. Again, when we look at the Pistons right now, Jaden Ivey spent a lot of time coming off the bench. Again, towards the end of the season, he did start, but I think it is very, very designed by Monty Williams and the Pistons that they see him as a 6-man, whether we disagree with that or not. They also very much see Cade as that shooting guard, and then other than those two, they have no really other good guards at all. So they're definitely going to need, I think, to draft their future starting point guard here. Dillingham is arguably the best guard in this class. Again, I believe Topic is better, but there's a ton of things that Dillingham does a lot better than what Topic does, with a lot of scouts even having him ranked with the 3rd and 4th best player in this class, even over Topic and Martez Bazulis, who I did previously have going. Again, he has an elite combination of speed and athleticism. He is a great ball handler who's extremely crafty at losing defenders with his quick dribble moves. He's a great playmaker with extremely good court vision, and is very capable of executing plays at high speeds. It's being said that he's one of the best shot creators in this whole entire draft, where there's no limit from where he can score from. He also puts a ton of effort on both ends of the court, offensively and defensively. Again, it is being said that he is compared to Tyrese Maxey or Anthony Simons right now, and I see Tyrese Maxey all over this guy, a really good scoring point guard who I think would work really well with this Pistons team, because we got to remember, even though he is a great playmaker, I don't necessarily know the Pistons extremely need their point guard to play make. They've got Cade there at that shooting guard position, who has already averaged himself like 8 assists per game throughout, the seasons that he's had. He, of course, will play shooting guard, it looks like, furthermore in his career, but will, of course, mainly play a bit of point guard on offense. That shooting guard, he'll obviously guard on defense, with a bit of small forward here and there, being 6'8". But Dillingham, he can come in, guard that point guard position, play maybe some shooting guard minutes here and there, obviously, when Cade has the ball in his hands. Good shooter, great shot creator, 15 points per game, of course, in his first college year. Again, the reality is there are some downsides with this player, though, unfortunately. Being 6'2" is decent, but doesn't have a lot of strength for a 6'2" guy, which has scared a lot of people. So that's definitely one to look at. His on-ball defense is also considered not the greatest, and he can get pushed around pretty easily and be considered a bit of a mismatch target. But the thing is, with the Pistons right now, they're looking for a lot of things. They're looking for scoring. They're looking at shooting. Their defense isn't the worst thing in the world. I think with how they're going to look at this right now, if you can draft Dillingham, who I still believe will be a better player than Jaden Ivey, of course, you can let Jaden Ivey go into that more six-man position like they think he will be in the NBA. I just think it makes sense. Dillingham's a perfect player to put alongside, of course, Cade Cunningham. They've got Asar Thompson at that 3 as well. And I think if they were to sign a power forward who could be a consistent shooter and then bring some shooters off the bench, there's no reason that team couldn't be really good in the future. You've got shot creators everywhere. Dillingham, obviously Cade Cunningham, and then of course Jaden Ivey. You've got defense in Duren and Thompson. You'll have floor spacing in Cunningham, maybe the 3-and-D power forward they decide to sign or whatever. Of course, shooting they might bring off the bench. And look, if the rumors are true that they're bringing in Tobias Harris to be another good shot creator and good shooter for this team, which, again, when Tobias Harris is on, he does shoot pretty well. When he's not, he can struggle. But if they're going to do this right, Dillingham at the 1, Cade at the 2, Thompson at the 3, Tobias Harris at the 4, Duren at the 5, Ivy as your 6-man, and then some shooting off that bench, that's a near playoff team. Give that team another couple more years to develop or whatever, and you could be looking at one of the more better teams in the NBA. But of course, if you haven't already, I'd really like to know what you guys think about my official 2024 NBA mock draft top 5 picks. Definitely don't forget to comment your thoughts and opinions on these down below. Subscribe to my gaming channel, of course. Subscribe to my IRL/vlogging channel, and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on any more NBA videos and all the latest draft content, this and that. Again, I highly appreciate you guys and how you guys have been around for all these draft videos. It's been absolutely awesome to make them. I've got a ton more coming out, so definitely stay tuned for that. But of course, again, if you haven't already, please make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and comment. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.